Hi everyone, I am going to go over my tips for using a like page to boost your business. So I'm going to share my screen and then I will start my presentation. So I am going to do this presentation on Super Sunday in Charlottesville, Virginia on October 18th. So here we go. So wanted to first go over my background because of course that is key in this business. So I am a lifelong corporate gal. So I was a project manager and worked in the software development business. So 20 plus years in that field, and I earned over 6 figures. So I was very, very successful in that field. So if we want to go back to kind of the beginning, I think that is always important to touch on. So when I was a teenager, in my early teens, I was overweight. And so back in the day, this is before working out was really something that people was front and center in their mind. So Jack LaLanne, I think, was on TV. And I remember my mom doing leg lifts. But I was never really taught about healthy eating. And my mom was anorexic, so she overfed her 2 daughters, honestly. So one day I just got on the scales and I thought, I wonder if I'm overweight. And, the main reason I thought that was because my friends were getting asked out and I wasn't. So it was my spring of my freshman year in high school. And I just decided, that I just needed to start being a little more active. And I was getting involved in horseback riding. So I ended up losing 30 pounds before I got back to school my sophomore year. And I remember people saying, oh my gosh, you look so different, and not really feeling that like I looked that different. But obviously 30 pounds shows. So that kind of incident stayed with me my whole life, and I never, ever got overweight again. So I did have 2 healthy children, and I gained about 30 pounds each pregnancy, but I lost it all after they were born. So I maintained my size 8 my whole adult life until about 54, which was 2 years ago, and I was getting pretty miserable, and my clothes were getting too tight. And I refused to go buy new clothes, but honestly, I look like a stuffed sausage, I think. So I like to say, and I really listened to the universe intervened, because my younger daughter was getting married, and I needed to go get a mother of the bride dress. And I was not really looking forward to it, and was really mostly my arms. And it's funny, I always wanted to have like Linda Hamilton. I don't know if you know her from the Terminator movie, but I always wanted to have arms like hers in the Terminator 2. And so they were flabby and they were yucky, and I didn't want to have a dress that showed them. And I wasn't going to accept that. So a few weeks before the wedding, I started just doing push-ups and tracking my meals on a mobile app that I downloaded. And my daughter was losing weight. She was trying to lose weight from having had 2 pregnancies. So, she told me about this app, and I lost actually 6 pounds before the wedding and was feeling pretty good. So I gained 4 back after the wedding, and coincidentally, my daughter she kind of just stumbled upon a group of people at her fitness center in her neighborhood doing T25. So she just loved it, and she started blogging about it because she had a blog, and someone who she went to high school with noticed that she was, losing weight, that she had a blog and she was talking about losing weight. So he reached out to her and said, hey, you're doing everything that a Beachbody coach does and just not getting paid for it. And at the time, she was really dead broke. I like to say almost destitute. Her husband had been laid off. They both had actually worked at the same company, and she worked there part-time. And the company went under, so they both lost their jobs, and she had a couple of part-time gigs, but didn't pay a lot of money, and they were basically down to their very last bit of savings. And so she signed up as a coach to earn extra income, and she asked her mom to join her challenge group. So what's a mom to do? So I signed up, I ordered a T25 challenge pack, and that was November 4th, 2013. So I lost 4 pounds and 10 inches over the holidays, which I think is pretty amazing because usually you gain, 5 pounds. So, and I went down a size, and I was pretty pleased with my success. So I fell in love with Shakeology, and it changed my life. It's the main reason I'm a coach today. And the biggest thing it helped me with was my whole digestive system was out of whack and all my whole life. And so it made me regular and feel great. So by the 3rd month, I was ready to sign up for the discount. I will say I thought it was sketchy, and so I waited. And finally, my daughter got me in a weak moment, and I finally felt like, okay, there's really not any catch. I'll sign up and get the discount. So I did that on December 30th. And so I like to talk about my beginnings as a coach. So I had no interest in coaching. In fact, my daughter assumed I was going to be a discount coach and probably placed me where she wouldn't have placed me had she known I was going to take this business, seriously. So I really wasn't planning to be an active coach, and I attended a Super Saturday in the DC area in January, and it was probably about 2 weeks after I signed up as a coach. And I felt like when I went there were people like me there. There was a guy in particular who was a corporate guy, and he was still working his corporate job after I don't know how many years, but definitely he had been a couple of years doing the coaching thing on the side, and he was pretty successful. And so I thought, this is something that I can do, and I can really be happy doing this. So I came home and I rank advanced to Emerald. And I signed up my mother, and I signed up my husband, and I wanted to get those leads that you get from Beachbody corporate, and I wanted to start earning bonuses. And so as an Emerald coach, you have to be an Emerald coach in order to get to those benefits. So, these events are key, for learning and moving your business forward. So I'll never forget that first Super Saturday. And I also at that first Super Saturday felt like there was a Jeremy Red from corporate was there, and he had come in the night before and had gone to dinner with some of the top coaches in the area. And I sat there and I said, I want to be that person. I want to be the person that gets to go to dinner the night before, that gets to meet these people from corporate. And so I did that, and I became a council member on DC, been to dinner with Michael Neiman, been to dinner with top coaches, Brigitte Linford, Trina Gray, and it's just been really amazing, and I've enjoyed it immensely. So I just want to tell people, kind of where I started, and I had less than 200 friends on Facebook. I was not a regular poster on Facebook. I basically was on Facebook to, be with my kids, to see my kids and to post things for them or see what they're posting. And so most of my friends on Facebook were my kids' friends, and I didn't know how to edit a post. I didn't know how to create a Facebook group. So I had a lot to learn, but honestly, I had so much support and help. It wasn't hard to do. So my first steps as a coach, I did the basics, and I listened, and I did this, and it's, over time, it has definitely shown me that it works. So I posted 3 times a day. I've been a regular poster 3 times a day, and I'm committed to it. If it gets to noon and I haven't posted, I'm like, I gotta post. So I make it a point to post 3 times a day. I send 5 friend requests a day. So the idea there is to expand your network. continue to expand your network. I started running monthly free clean eating groups. From the month after I started, I have run a clean eating group every month, or a free group. So it doesn't have to be clean eating. I created a happy group, like how to be happier in 21 days. So I had a goal to hit Success Club every month. So I made it a point to hit Success Club every month. And I created a like page to post positive messages. And that was kind of my thing, is I thought, I didn't know really what I wanted to be. Branding is a big part of this, and I'll get to that. But I didn't know what name to have. So I just created my name, like page, and I started posting positive messages that I found on Google, frankly. So then, just starting somewhere was important. And I wanted to cover what a like page has done for my business. So I have over 5,000 fans. And I hit Success Club 11 out of the last 12 months. And I'm focusing on the last year because it takes a while for your like page to build momentum. So I was hitting Success Club 5 in the beginning and struggling, honestly, to hit Success Club 5. And now I hit Success Club 10, and I'm getting like 20 points a month. So I have over 1,300 qualified leads. And the reason I say qualified is because they have actually responded to applications of ads that I've done for challenge groups or the coaching opportunity. So I have this, and the list is so long that I actually don't have enough time to follow up with them every month. So, and I've added over 95 coaches to my business. I have 46 that are currently active, and it averages out to about 4 coaches per month. But some months I've had 1 or 2, and then some months I've had 10. So I earn about $52,000 a year if you were to take my 4-week rolling average and multiply it by 12. So I'm basically clearing over $1,000 a week now. So this is my trend line, and I think this is really important because it just shows that if you are consistent and you continue doing the same things every day to build your business, over time, it's just going to continue to grow. And so I love this chart, and I think tracking your income every week is really important, and tracking your business, because if you have a bad week, you can always go back and look and see, well, where did I fall down? Where do I need to improve? So I have top 10 tips. So, and I will say that these are kind of my tips. These are what has gotten me where I am today. So you can, I'm sure, find other coaches on YouTube or on social media that have other tips that have helped them grow, but these are the ones that I thought were the top ones for me. So don't delay on creating your like page. A lot of people hem and haw over, I don't have the name, I don't know what I want to call myself, I don't have the right cover photo, I need to have a photo shoot, so I don't have a good headshot, whatever. I don't know what to post. Just start posting. Just start posting stuff that you find motivating, and start just doing it. You need to start creating content. So don't wait for the perfect name, and start with your name. So that would be what I would suggest. So spend time making a good cover photo. So what I like to tell people is this is your business and this is your storefront. So this is where people will get their first impression. So it's your window display. Don't have pictures of Beachbody products, please, because that is really tacky and very salesy. So you can certainly have a shirt on that has P90X, or you can have a hat on, but you can have a picture with Shaun T, but do not put the stuff out there that is 21-day fix, for example. And the quality of the pictures is important too. Don't make it all fuzzy. So and the cover photo, it should be a collage of kind of what, if you looked at the cover photo, it should give people a good idea of what your personality is like. And it shouldn't be all about fitness. I mean, some of the top coaches have that, but they've gotten to that. I think as a new coach, you need to differentiate yourself, and it needs to be about you and your personality. If you have pets you like, have pictures of them. I have grandchildren. I have them on my cover photo. So here's some cover photo examples that I used mine because I think is a good representation of me, and I'm not your average grandma. And then I pulled somebody and I blocked her name out because honestly, to protect the innocent. But I don't know, where she got the idea that that would be something good, but that is really tacky, and the quality of the picture is horrible. And so I would never in a million years suggest to one of my coaches to put that as her cover photo. The other thing is that if you look at her profile photo or her little bitty photo in the corner, first of all, she's not even using all the space. She probably did it on a phone, and it's just poor quality. And I would suggest that it was something shoulder and above, and you can do that on your phone, but just use up the space and make it a nice picture. So, so number 3, figure out your target market. And I marked this important because honestly, you're not going to attract people that aren't like you. So if you're going to, when you target people to come to your page, whether you're advertising for likes or whether you're advertising for a challenge group, do not say, I'm going to target women and men from 18 years old to 60, because that is going to dilute your ability to draw people in and have a team that is going to have very similar interests. You want to have people like you, honestly, that's just the way it works. And so you want to figure out and spend time figuring out who your perfect customer and coach is. And so there is a great webinar by Katie Hefner, Top Coach, and it's hard to see the link. I can post it in the group, but talks about exactly the exercise to do to figure out who that perfect customer is. So that's who you want to target. And so you want to figure that out. Know your niche and target to that niche. And that is key in this business. My niche is women 50 and over. And so I do target 49-year-olds because obviously they're coming to a big birthday, but I really don't target too much over 57, for example, because I want that early 50s, people that are really thinking about their life and people like me. So, and when you write your post, when you do a Facebook post, pretend like you're speaking right to that person. You're writing a note to that person, and don't say y'all or everyone. And I was guilty of this in the beginning, as I tried to like speak to a crowd, and don't speak to an individual. Say you. And that really, I learned that, and that's something that has helped, I think. So my 4th tip is get to 1,000 likes. And there's different schools of thought on this. This is what I did. I heard about it from a top coach. I watched his webinar and I did that. And the reasoning kind of behind this is that when you start advertising, people notice how many likes and how many fans you have. And when they see somebody that has 300 fans, they're less likely to, come to your page to buy something from you. They want what other people have. So if you have a lot of fans that they're, it's going to help you. So it's going to be harder for you to get, I think, new fans and sales until you have more likes. You're just going to probably spend more money on those advertisements. So be smart about who you invite to your like page. So who do you want to be your customers? You don't want other Beachbody coaches to be your customers. So don't do a big invite to your team on your team page to like your page because they're not going to ever buy from you. So they might like your stuff and engage with it, but you need to learn how to have fans like your stuff. And so, and not just have easy likes that really aren't real from real customers. So, and I say organic likes are the best. These are people who like your page. They visit it. They like what they saw. It's not your mother or your husband or your best buddies in Beachbody. and they are connecting with you, and that's what you want. So it took me 10 days to get to 1,000 likes. I had 2 ads and it cost me about $146. And so I got like 1,200 likes, and then I was good to go. So, and I have another presentation on that, which I'm happy to share. So post compelling content that people will share. So that is really key. So post every single day. Be consistent with your posting. Do not skip. So I post once a day on my like page and 3 times on my profile page. So I just, you know, I was working full time. I might have, I might do twice on my like page, but I found that posting once a day on my like page has been sufficient, and absolutely on my profile page. So, and if you don't post, you might as well have a close sign on your business, because people, you got to be out there. You got to be engaged with your community. And so, and you don't want to send the message that you're not actively coaching. So, and it does get frustrating. And I know, especially with new coaches who spend a lot of time posting and working on good posts. And I've had new coaches who do this, and I say there's great posts, but you know, people aren't engaging. It takes time. You need to be very patient. So you have to sow, as Jim Rohn says, you know, what you sow, you reap. And so you have to sow and sow and sow for many months before you reap. But once you start reaping, and I honestly have just noticed, you know, I've been in this business like 21 months now, and I've just started feeling like this momentum, and it's so much easier now. And so, but you know, you just have to be persistent, and you just have to be patient. So Compound Effect is a book that if you haven't read it, I would say go buy it tomorrow or when you leave here. It is by far one of the most, I mean, to me, it's just a book that no matter if you're a Beachbody coach, just about life in general, and how the daily little things that seem very unremarkable over time really can take you far to success. So engagement will come, just be persistent and be patient. If you create a content calendar, I find that helps me. I don't follow it to a T, but it does. If I'm like feeling like I don't know what I'm going to post, and I have a dry, like, you know, I'm just in a dry spell. So I have this, you know, content calendar, and I'll pull it up and I'll say, okay, what's a good thing to post today? So I have things like, you know, Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Tasty Tuesday, Wacky Wednesday, Be Wise Wednesday, Thirsty Thursday, Thankful Thursday, Transformation Thursday. I mean, you can make a play, Fitspiration Friday, Fun Fact Friday. So, you know, these kinds of themes really help you come up with, you know, ideas for posts. So I would say use an auto scheduler. So if you are unavailable at key times of the day, when you know that your target market's going to be online, you kind of got to figure that out. But I, over time, realize what posts and what time get the most engagement. But I have a coach who's gone on a cruise, and she's auto scheduled her posts while she's gone, which I think is terrific. So her business isn't going to be closed while she's gone. She doesn't have, you know, internet on the cruise. She doesn't have to really freak out about it, and she can enjoy herself. I use Mav Social. It's a free one that I found that I love. The ones with the dollar signs I know cost. I'm not sure about Postcron. And then Facebook. If you have a like page, you can auto schedule stuff, and I use that one for my like page sometimes. Number 6, do not use your like page as a replacement for your profile page. So this is important. Some coaches do this, is they get their like page up and running, and then they neglect their profile page. So your like page is your business page, same thing. Your profile page is your personal page. Everybody has a profile page. You have to have a profile page to have a like page. So you can't run advertisements on your profile page, so that's what a like page is for. So what happens is the profile page is where the rubber hits the road. You want that's where the relationships are truly development, where I say the magic happens. So your like page is a way to get to your cold market. If somebody's already your friend on Facebook when you start as a coach, that's called your warm market. Your cold market are strangers that you're going to meet out there. And ultimately what you want is you want those strangers to become your friends on Facebook. And so this is the beginning of a relationship. So your goal isn't necessarily to sell challenge packs, although it is ultimately, but your goal, and I do this, and I have this mindset, is that my goal is to, when I run an ad, is to get those people to be my friends on Facebook. If nothing else, I want, oops, I lost my page. If nothing else, I want these people to be my friends on Facebook, because a lot of people aren't going to buy from you the second they meet you. They want to develop a relationship with you. They want to trust you. They want to see you in what you have and what you're all about. And so I go back to those people, and the first thing when I reach out to them after they respond to my ad, I say, connect with me on Facebook. They don't always, but if they do, I'm like, yes. So that's my goal achieved. And then I start talking to them about, challenge packs and my groups and if it's good for them. And, honestly, less than a third, actually get a challenge pack. And in fact, less than a third sometimes respond. So it's still to this day, I don't quite understand why people fill out an application for a challenge group and then they don't respond when you reach out to them. But that happens, and that can be very defeating. So just know going into it that a very small percentage are going to end up buying challenge packs, but they might, 2 months down the road, 6 months down the road, 8 months down the road. So it's just the beginning of a relationship. My 7th tip, post selfies and videos. So people like these. And the reason why they work is because it helps them get to know you. So when you're just posting, and I did a lot of posting, like I said, positive pictures and motivational quotes and that sort of thing, but people weren't seeing me, even though I have a profile photo and a cover photo. When you do selfies and when you do videos, your personality comes out. And so you weed out those people that maybe wouldn't connect with you, but you bring these people into the fold who do connect with you. So, and if you're uncomfortable with selfies, get comfortable. If you're uncomfortable with videos, practice. I was so bad at videos in the beginning, so awkward. So just do them and you will get more comfortable. So I've heard the saying, the magic happens outside your comfort zone, and I love that. So you are your brand, so you need to expose. So do that. And Facebook does like videos more than, and so they show them. So when you do a video, you'll notice if you do just a regular selfie or you just do text, you'll notice it won't be shown to as many people. And then when you do a video, it goes to more people. The reach is higher. Offer freebies. So I just started doing this summer, and I think it's really great because it's a give back kind of mentality. And I don't know why I didn't do it sooner, but I like to try to once a month, I'll do some post and I'll just say, hey, comment below, I want in, or one I did recently was I was depressed because it was raining so many days in a row, and I said comment below. I said I'm feeling depressed because it's raining, and I just felt like maybe if I give something away, it'll make me happier. So comment rain go away below. And so I had people comment, and then I did a drawing. I take their names and I put them in a bucket, and then I do a drawing, and they I forget what it was. I think a shaker cup. It was a 21-day fix tumbler is what it was. So, and I do shaker cups and grocery bags. They have all this stuff in the online store, so you can get that. It doesn't cost very much at all to do that. And it really, I feel like, I want to reward my fans for hanging out. So do free challenges. So clean eating. I do a free Beachbody On Demand group. This month, I'm actually trying a combination of those. And so those always produce a couple of challenge pack customers for me every month. And again, it's kind of a give back. I have a lot of people who can't afford to do a challenge pack, or they think they can't afford it. And so I always offer this to those people because I want to help them. Ultimately, I don't want to turn them away. And I, we're about helping people. So, and then you can also there's different types of groups. I know other coaches do goal setting, gratitude groups, and I mentioned the happy group that I do. So think of something, be unique, and come up with an idea. It's fun. It really is fun. So I talked about the drawings and the giveaways. So post content that provides value. That is key. So your fans have come to your page for a reason. And so whatever that reason is, your target market. So say your cover photo, like mine is about grandchildren. My fans love anything about parenting. So, and I'll give you an example in a second, but say you love NASCAR. So they're going to want to post stuff that is related to probably NASCAR news or NASCAR drivers. Say you like your bird watch, post stuff about unique birds. So you post what your fans want, not what you want. So don't be posting all about fitness. If your fans, like grandmas, they're not all about fitness. So if I post all about fitness, I'm not going to get engagement on that. It might be something that I think they want or need, but it's not necessarily what they're going to engage with. So a great book about this is Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. So I learned a lot from that book, and so I highly recommend it. It talks about and gives a lot of good examples on good advertisements that companies do. So like I said, mine, like grandmas, ask questions. When you post, it creates engagement. So don't ask for likes or shares because you actually get Facebook frowns upon that. And my understanding is that they will show your post to less people. So I kind of do it in a clever way. So if I do a challenge group invite, and then I'll say spread the health, or I'll say tell your family and friends. So there's ways you can get around that. But ask questions like I spent some time with my grandkids and I said, well, when was the last time you were with your grandchildren? And so that helps create engagement. So this is stuff that my fans like. This is looks like my looks like my automation is not working quite like I thought it would. But anyway, so grandmas are mommies with frosting. That was actually 108 likes, 184 shares, and over 7,000 of reach. Here's one I did recently on menopause, over 2,600 reach. And so the one that I showed you first has the most. Then what is gramitude, you ask? Mess with my grandbabes and you will find out. So, again, these are things that had lots of engagement. It's all about grandma stuff. So last but not least, invest in yourself and your business. So I say don't be afraid to spend money on ads. Facebook is very, very cheap when it comes to advertising. You can get a lot of bang for your buck for $5 on Facebook. If you don't advertise, this is my mentality. There's plenty of other Beachbody coaches that are ready to help those people, and they're going to get to them first. So I am, always have that mindset when I'm spending money on ads. And I track my spending on my ads. So I track my spending. I track what I get out of that. And so my last, I spend pretty regularly $200 when I do it every month on challenge group invites. But I always am measuring to see that I get that back, and I'm always getting that back. So I have, just so 20 points for this month for Success Club. And so when you think about those challenge packs, they're all challenge packs. So I sold 10 challenge packs. and I spent $200. So you do the math. So, you know, obviously I more than paid for that ad, and some of these people will become coaches and will help my business long-term. So, and that value is further down the line, but is there. So sign up for webinars and online training classes, boot camps. So I actually learned about branding my business through online, it's called Practical Social Media University. Soon after I started as a coach, I signed up for a boot camp they did. They have a ton of webinars on all different social media platforms, and a lot on targeting and branding. And it was really, really helpful. And they have a Facebook group where you can actually, and they really are expert in kind of Beachbody, the business, and they, you can talk to other Beachbody coaches, and you can ask questions about your targeting, and if you're kind of honing in on the right thing of, you know, the Steve McDonald, who's the head of Practical Social Media University. So it's really a great site, and it helped me a lot, honestly. So devote time to personal development, and this isn't specific really to the like page, but honestly, your like page is a result of, and it will be better if as a result of you doing all these things. So there's a treasure trove of information on YouTube, and so just and old wake up calls. Just look for stuff, and a lot of it's about like page and advertising on your like page. This is just an example of some of the things that I've made investments on. I mentioned the Danny Johnson audio series. It was many, many CDs, and I listened to them in my car. And she has this one called Magnetic Influence, and she does role playing and how to talk to people, and that helped a lot. And I mentioned Practical Social Media University. I went to 2 summits so far, lots of training there. I've gone to 2 retreats. I've gone to 2 Eric Worre conferences. One was specifically on recruiting, and one was on telling your story and speaking. Excellent. And I'm going to a Tony Robbins seminar next week. Very, very excited about that. And I am going to my first official Beachbody Corporate Leadership Conference. So all of these things will help my business. And so take advantage of these things and focus on them and how that can help you move forward. And then this is my bonus tip. So I just think this is, in life in general, attitude is everything. So always remember to be patient, and always remember to be positive, and always remember to be persistent. I think in this business, persistence pays off. And so the 3 Ps, kind of remember those. I think those are the most important things that I think have learned and try to keep front and center especially on those days that are frustrating. So, and growing your network takes time, and it's not a get rich quick, and it's not a quick fix. It's not anything fast business. And you just have to really be front and center helping people. You want to help people, and you want the best for people, and just keep doing that. And slowly over time, it will pay off. So never be negative in your posts. People don't want negativity. They want positivity. So, and if you are struggling, there's no reason not to hide that. But just spin it in a way in which you're going to deal with it, and you're going to get past this. That's what's inspiring. And so I think it's always important to reply to comments. When people comment on my like page posts, I always respond to them, and always be friendly. I have had a couple of people who say, I've had somebody that she said something negative. I don't remember what it was. And I respond, but in a friendly way, and, just be the bigger person in those kind of situations. And be inspiring, and don't give up. So one of the things that I like to say is that I advertised for a What is Coaching sneak peek, and I did it for 3 months in a row and got 0 coaches from it. And I just kept doing it. I was like, okay, I need to redo my copy. I need to be, the picture isn't right. Something wasn't resonating, obviously. And so, and I'd get a few people in my group, but then nobody would engage and nobody would, reach out for the opportunity. So I had to figure it out. I had to grow and I had to tweak and I had to try it again and I had to spend more money. But, now I'm getting, 90 and 100 people every month in my sneak peeks. And, I redid all of my videos, or I was using somebody else's sneak peek, and I found, it's better when it comes from you. So my point there is just if you do an ad or you do a post and it doesn't get engagement, just tweak it, change it, do something different. Maybe it's the time of day you put it up. Maybe, it's the targeting. You got to switch it up and find the right people and just be persistent. So I hope this has helped, and I hope you enjoyed it and got something out of it. And if you have any questions, let me know. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop my share, and I'm going to stop recording. Bye.